I'm gonna turn my bike ride into a song.
This entire song came from a bike ride. Every chord change, every drum hit, and even the EQ were created by what happened on this trail. Nothing was composed first. I let the ride write the music. I bought these bikes for just 40 euros each and gave them a complete overhaul before taking them on their first real adventure. I packed up my gear, including a paddleboard, strapped it to my back, and headed to the train station in Valencia. The plan was to take the train to Benicasim, ride the Via Verde to Orpesa, and turn the entire trip into a piece of music. I recorded the whole ride on a GoPro and tracked it with a GPS, knowing that every part of the journey had the potential to become part of the song. The route follows the Mediterranean coastline, winding through tunnels, cliffs, beaches, and old railway bridges. It turns out to be one of the most beautiful rides I've done. Now all I had to do was figure out how to turn it into music. I started with the GPS data. I extracted the elevation profile from the ride and looked for every peak and valley along the route. Each one became a chord change. The higher the elevation, the brighter the chord. The lower the elevation, the darker the harmony. Then, I used the elevation graph like a piece of sheet music. As the playhead moved across the route, I played the chords in real time, following the landscape instead of written notes. The idea worked, but the first version felt a little flat. The elevation gave me chords, but it didn't create much rhythm or musical phrasing on its own. So I kept the chord changes exactly where they belonged, and started adding passing chords and melodic notes between them. Those extra notes connected everything together and gave the progression much more of a natural flow. At that point, the route wasn't just giving me data anymore, it was giving me foundation for a song. With the harmony finished, I wanted to find the rhythm in the ride, so I watched the entire video back and started looking for moments that happened naturally along the way. Whenever somebody passes on the left, I hit the slow tone. And if they pass on the right, I hit a wood block. It felt like every person had unknowingly contributed to part of the song. At this point, the song was starting to come together, but it still felt like something was missing. As I watched through the video again, I realized there was one key thing that kept showing up: the Mediterranean. It wasn't just the backdrop, it's one of the key reasons I chose this route in the first place. So I decided it deserved its own voice in the song. There was one last thing I wanted the ride to control. Instead of triggering notes, I wanted it to shape the sound itself. So I used TouchDesigner to measure the average brightness of every frame in the video, and mapped it to the low-pass filter. As the ride got brighter, the song opened up. As it got darker, the filter closed down. By the end, the ride had become more than just a video. The elevation shaped the harmony, the people created the rhythm, and the changing light transformed the instrument in real time. None of these ideas are complicated on their own, but put together they make something unique. Now it's time to hear what the ride actually sounded like.